We got walkers, we've got runners, we've got mountain bike users, we've got dirt bikers, we've got four-wheel users. It's really a mix and match of individuals using the foothills. We've had calls where bikers have run into each other. We've had calls where we've had single accidents, bikers running off the trail, biker, jogger collisions with each other, things of that nature.
This is day 3, or the 3rd time I've been out. The first time was just basics. I'm starting from zero pretty much. I haven't been on a motorcycle since I was 10 years old. I'm getting more comfortable on the dirt bikes and also starting to learn the trails a little bit more. Building up to eventually I'll be able to respond on emergency calls on the dirt bike.
Each year, the number of calls we get increases exponentially. Last year, it wasn't uncommon for us to get a couple of calls on a busy Saturday and get 2 or 3 calls during the course of each weekend. So we're starting to see a lot more call activity up here in the foothills in the past few years.
So we'll just ride down here.
We've
down to the
had an increasing call volume in the foothills, and access to the patient is always the most difficult part. Finding them, getting to them fast, starting medical care immediately is delayed because it takes us so long to get out to them.
This program really started a few years ago when we made access to a patient using one of our brush rigs, and we really did a considerable amount of damage, as I said, to the trail system. And we got with Ridge to Rivers. It creates a ton of work for them. They've got to come and rehab the trails. They had a surplus four-wheeler that they were willing to loan us, which we gladly accepted, and it was fantastic that they did that. So we've been using a couple of their surplus four-wheelers for the last couple of years. The maintenance, though, on those was a little bit much. The reliability of the used four-wheeler wasn't great. So this year we were able to go out and we got our own four-wheeler, and we also got a dirt bike.
It's absolutely vital for us to train on these bikes because the last thing we want is to become part of the problem. We need to know that we could access these patients in these difficult areas and not become a problem ourselves, not become a patient ourselves.
The concept of the program is to access the patient as quick as possible without impacting the environment too much, without impacting the trail users. The dirt bike allows us to access a lot of the trail system that we're not able to access with the four-wheeler. There's a lot of single track up here that we just can't get a four-wheeler on, and accessing the patient as quick as possible is really the goal of this program. We looked for a commercially available product, and we just couldn't find one that would fit our needs with the trail system in the foothills being what it is. So we designed a system on our own to tow the gurney behind the four-wheeler. Now, we won't be using that system to transport a patient. The tow system behind the four-wheeler allows us to get a gurney and whatever other equipment we may need to the patient, and once we package the patient, we'll either walk them out, or we can get them to a waiting helicopter or something of that nature. For the folks who come up and use the trails, it's a security issue. So they can come up, they can enjoy the trail system, they can ride, and they have the knowledge that if something were to happen, they can call 911, and they don't have to wait for an hour for the fire department or Ada County paramedics or whomever else might be responding to show up. We'll get there now in a matter of minutes.
We should have it just about covered with these, between our four-wheelers and our dirt bikes, and not to mention our brush rigs and stuff. We got it pretty well covered at this point. So ultimately, this isn't about having fun on dirt bikes, it's about us being able to provide a better service for the foothill users and get to them safely and efficiently.
This is going to mean a better service for the people that access the foothills. It's going to mean faster response time. If they were to get in trouble, it's going to be faster for them to ultimately get to the hospital and have their injuries treated. It's about the safety of our citizens who are out here recreating.